Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Eniola Koya. If it is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're an OG, you know how we do. Thank you so much for sticking. Now, before you zoom off, please do not forget to subscribe. It's very important. It gives me the energy that I need to keep on creating more videos. Do not forget to like all of my videos and leave a comment in the comment section as well. Now today, I'm going to be spilling all the tea or some tea on how to plan your own Nigerian wedding by yourself without the help of an event planner. Now, I'm not saying that an event planner is not important. They are very much important, like they're an integral part of the whole planning process. But then if you like the DIY method, or you want to take the DIY now, this video is for you. Or you feel like you want to save some bucks, then you definitely want to keep on watching. Now, a very quick disclaimer: this video is not for the high and the mighty, the Otedolas of our time. It's just for people who love to DIY stuff and people who want to save some money, who doesn't like some extra cash in their bank account. Okay, that being said, let's get into the video. All right, so you recently just got engaged. Congratulations to you. Congratulations, I'm so happy for you. All right, and now you're thinking, what next? What do I want to do? How am I going to plan this wedding? Do I want to hire an event planner, or do I want to do it myself? How am I going to do all of this? Now I'm here to help you. I'm here to answer all of those questions. Okay, so the first thing you definitely want to do is to sit back, enjoy, savor the moment of being engaged, because planning a wedding is really stressful, and you don't want to start the journey so early by just stressing yourself out and all of that. So you want to just enjoy the moment, relax, and save your energy for when you actually really need it. Okay, all right, so now what are the steps you need to take if you want to plan your own Nigerian wedding by yourself? Now, the first thing you really want to do is to sit down, have a me to me moment. You want to think, okay, what kind of wedding do I want to have? Do I want a big wedding? Do I want a small wedding? Do I want to do just trad? Do I want to go to just church? Or I just want to go to the court and that's it? Okay, so you need to answer all of those questions. So when you answer those questions truthfully and honestly, that is when you can now start the planning process. So now that you have thought about the kind of wedding that you want to have, the second step you need to take is to set a budget. When you set a budget, that is going to help you want to know either you are overspending or underspending. That would help you to know the kind of vendors you want to hire for your big day. So creating a budget is very key to having a successful wedding. And if you have not been saving before, now is the time for you to start saving, because either big or small, weddings are not cheap. Like, no cap, they are not cheap. So you want to think about all of that and then set your budget well, and be honest with yourself in the budget setting, because after the wedding you don't want to be drinking Gary and 5. That you don't want to be drinking Gary. Gary is an amazing food, but then you don't want to start your life paying off debt and all of that. So you have to be very honest with yourself and be truthful in the budget. You don't want to spend all your life savings on a wedding, and this is me being truthful. But if you feel like that's what you want to do, it's your big day, please go ahead by all means. The next thing we want to do is to create a list. Now, creating this list is going to help you to not forget anything. So during our wedding, I stumbled on a template on YouTube. I can't remember, they can see what it looks like. So the list is like an Excel sheet. So there you have a section for the items. So like from the biggest thing to the smallest thing that you need for a wedding, you're going to put it in that list, from your clothes, shoes, your wedding rings, wedding bands, accessories, food, all the vendors, DJ, live band, everything you think you need for your wedding. You're going to impute it in that item section. Then there is another part that has like vendor. So you list all the vendors you feel like hiring for your big day. Then after that, you put a cost in another section. So you have a certain amount you want to pay them in your head, and then there is also a section for where you have the actual cost, the actual amount. Google Sheet, you can track expenses. Your partner can also track, rather than having to go about with a journal. If you like a journal, it's also an additional thing for you. But if you have this Google Sheet, is really good. Both of you can control the things that you can follow up on the progress that you've made so far. So now that we've created a list of all the things that we need, the next step we want to take is to start searching for vendors. Do you want to invite Ayefele? Is it Pasuma, D'banj, Simi, and what have you? So you want to start, you want to be sure about their availability, and if you can afford them. If you cannot afford them, you move on to another vendor. So after searching for all your vendors, right, your vendors include your dressmaker, or maybe you want to buy from abroad or a Nigerian brand. You need a team that would help you carry out all these things that you've put in place. So you definitely want to seek friends that are very reliable. There are some friends that will just leave you hanging, but we don't want that. So you want to reach out to friends that are very responsible, reliable. When you call them around 12 a.m., they would pick your calls. They won't leave you hanging. So you want to have friends like that on your team. Someone who can handle logistics for you, someone who can go to the market for you, someone who can always call and coordinate for you. Now I call this the implementation stage. So because you've set out everything that you need to do, now you want to have people in your circle that would help you to run errands. Yes, let's put it that way. So in my own case, I had people who ran errands for me. My sister, my friends, my husband did a lot of the errand thing. So because he likes to put his eyes inside everything, so he was the number one errand person. And then my sister as well, they would go to the market every single day. My sister Victoria would go to the market every single day. I was just like a mermaid on the bed like this. I did not stress myself because I had people to help me out. I didn't really do anything, to be honest, because the people in my circle are very reliable and I can count on while making progress. You want to check out event halls in your environment. If it's in Lagos, Ibadan, Abeokuta, wherever you are, it's a very stressful thing trying to look for an event center in Lagos, because especially when you're trying to have your wedding in December, it's always very stressful, because people like to get married during the festive period. Event all that suits your budget, your personality, and then the kind of people you want to invite, the number of your guests. So those are the things that you put into consideration when you are looking for an event center that you want to use. Number is very, very key, and then location. Is it accessible? Is it easy for people to locate, and all of that? So you want to do that as soon as possible, and then pay part of the fee, because if you don't pay, you're not gonna get it. So event hall is very key in planning your Nigerian wedding. You can have every other thing. If you don't have a space to keep your guests, I mean, what are we doing? So yes, you definitely want to do that. And then the next thing, that your wedding party. So everything is, we're making progress. Do I want to have bridesmaids, or I want to have groomsmen, or I don't want to have any of that? So you have to start thinking of that. What colors do they want to wear? Do I want them to wear different styles? How many bridal party do we want to have, and all of that? So that's not really difficult, or it might be difficult if you have a large circle of friends and then you want to put everybody on your circle. So you have to be very careful so that you don't offend people. So yeah, you want to definitely carefully select your wedding party. You want people that will ginger you, that will give you all the vibes that you need, not the one that will just be doing swear. The big day is enough stress, so you need people who would hold your hand, who would stand by you. And yes, and then the juicy part. So because we had our wedding during the COVID era, when it was still very pronounced, I would say, so we didn't really want people bringing gifts and all of that to the venue, and then the stress of having to carry them to our home and all. So what we did was, we created a website, a wedding registry. Gifts, it was my idea. So there was the monetary part, there was the gift part as well. So people just we sent out the link to our friends and family so that they can check the website out, and then gift us whatever they feel like gifting us. And it was very, very, very effective as well. We didn't really have gifts at the venue. I mean, the only thing we had at the venue was maybe a thing or two, and we had gotten the stuff that we wanted even before the wedding, and then some came after, because some people paid for some things on the website before the after the wedding was still it was working, was still active for about a month after. So the wedding registry is a trendy thing that you can do if you don't want start packing things up and down. It gives you the opportunity to choose the kind of gift that you want, things that that would be useful to you in your house, not that they'll be bringing coolers and plastics and everything. Yes, you appreciate them, but are you really going to use them? So we wanted people to gift us things that we were really going to use and stuff. And yes, before you think of a website, you have to think of the number of guests you want to guests in your wedding. At your wedding, pardon me, your parents will bring 1,000. So you have to really, really talk it through with your family members, like the number of people you really want to invite. So that would help you to cater for them. You don't want your guests to come from far and near and then they don't eat. Although sometimes in Nigerian weddings it is it is mostly inevitable. Like sometimes it is always out of control. And then the last thing I want to talk about, no, the second to the last thing I want to talk about is, when you pick your team, you probably need to have a coordinator, right? An event coordinator, somebody who can move around for you during the event and make sure that all your guests, people were okay, and everybody was on their feet, because like I said earlier, I have reliable people in my corner and they did such an amazing job. So after putting all of these things together, you want to make sure that you have somebody who would coordinate for you. So now if you feel like you don't have somebody who can go through the stress of coordinating for you, you can employ a coordinator. It's cheaper than employing an event planner, right? So a coordinator ensures that everything runs smoothly. You would have talked them through all the things that are in place. So their job is to just make sure that everybody is well fed, everybody is comfortable, and what have you. And the last thing we want to talk about is, now that everything is in place, you want to start sending out your invitation cards to the people you want to invite, and voila, and then cross your fingers and keep on tracking the progress on how far you've come, and the other things that you might have forgotten, and the things that you need to do. And that's the housekeeping period, where you do the last minute thing and ensure that you do not forget things that are very important and crucial to you having an amazing wedding celebration. Now remember that the wedding is just an icing on the cake. The marriage gongon is the cocoa of the matter. So you need to take care of the marriage more than you take care of the wedding, in my opinion, the wedding celebration, in my opinion. Because, well, yes, in the next 5 years you want to look at your pictures and like, oh, I had an amazing wedding. And then I pray for you that in the next 5 years as well, you look at your marriage and you're like, God, I'm grateful. So you have to learn to place a balance when you're doing all of these things. So yes, that's that about planning your own Nigerian wedding by yourself. I know I may not have touched some things that you want, but yeah, if you follow these steps, you can always add yours. So do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about the video. Tell me what I need to improve on. I'm still trying to be more comfortable in front of the camera. And before I forget, this is going to be like a series. In my next video, you definitely want to come back to it, because I'm going to be talking about money saving tips during wedding planning, how you can save some bucks, how you can save some money when you're planning your wedding. And yeah, so that's about that. Thank you so much for watching my video. Again, do not forget to subscribe. It is very important. The more you subscribe, the more you watch, the more YouTube advertises the video, or the more people, the more visible the video becomes for people. So I need you to kindly subscribe to my channel, like, and leave a comment. Thank you so much. Bizu bizu. I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.